welcome back to another video. I thought today we would go over Ebby's history and what the plan is for now. I've had a few questions about her and how she came to us and her life before us, so I thought we'd do a quick update on her. So Ebby she's coming 2 years old now. Of course, from the 1st January their age is taken, so she's classed as a 2-year-old. Welsh Section D mare. So, hey, my little baby, she's growing so much since we got her. I'll get the stick to her in a minute, but people have asked about her history. So from what I know of it, we know the people we bought her from, so I'm going on what they've told us before. She was bred by her breeders, then weaned off her mum and taken to the Welsh sales, and that is where the people we bought her from bought her, at the Welsh sales, and they took her back to their yard. Yes, I've got nothing. And then shortly after that, Ebby did go on to a producer's yard. From the time frame I know of, she can't have been at the producer's yard very long at all. While she was there, she was taken to 2 shows where she won both her classes and come reserve champion. And then she went back to the yard of the people we bought her from. I assume stabled, because she's okay to be stabled and everything. But then the wife got very ill and all their horses got chucked out into a field. The field was absolutely huge. There must have been 20 horses in this field and cows. So she was chucked out there with very little contact at all, and she was out there for a good 6 months, if not a little bit longer. We know the people we bought her from because we actually bought Gambler from them years ago. So when we take Gambler to the Welsh shows, they always come over and speak to us. They like to watch Lewis's journey with Gambler, and they've always been very supportive of Lewis and helping him. They've been absolutely amazing in his journey with Gambler. So we were just briefly speaking to them on how Gambler's a bit more of a laid-back attitude. Welsh, he's absolutely been amazing for Lewis to learn with, but now we wanted a mare with a bit more life, a bit more sprite, you know, a bit more excitement around them. And that's when they said to us that they had Ebby and 2 other mares that they would sell to us that would be right for what we were looking for with Lewis. We wanted a bit of life from a horse, a bit more sprightly, but not feisty and dangerous. So they said there was 3 that they thought would be a good match for Lewis, but they were out in the field. So we went over one day and Lewis could have free rein to choose which one he wanted. So of course they were basically wild back then, out in the field. So how we done it, it was a massive field, but there was like a slightly smaller field next door. So we rounded up some of the horses, including the 3 that were for sale, into the smaller field, so Lewis could make his choice then on basically just looking at her on which one he wanted. He chose Ebby, and so we filtered some more horses out. Finally, with feed and a bit of coaxing, we managed to get a head collar on her and loaded her up and brought her home. This is not the first time we've done wild, unhandled horses. I will do a whole video one day on my riding journey. Wild unhandled horses is what I like to do. I find them so much more rewarding and everything. So she come home, she loaded in the horse box fine and travelled absolutely fine. A bit talkative, but everything was fine. Brought her home and she went in the stable. She's clearly been stable at some point in her life because she was fine with that. And yes, what do you want? So she was stabled next to Pip, our little mini traditional cob, and we paired them two up because she's a bit more fiery, Pip's very laid back. Pip doesn't care about anything. So we paired these two up, which was brilliant, worked really well, until you wanted to do something with them. Ebby, now we know, has very much, she gets attached to another horse very quickly. So she would be better off in a bigger herd so she doesn't get so attached to one horse like we have now. So it was okay. They're stable next to each other and they're turned out next with each other. It's okay if we take Ebby away, take her into the front field, do in hand with her, everything. She's a bit looky, but she's okay if we take her away. If they're in the stables and we take Pip away to take her in the front field and do anything with her, Ebby gets stressed. So it's hard because we don't know what the plan is for Pip this year. So we need to get Ebby a bit more confident on her own with other horses and everything. Yes. So what we are doing now is splitting the pair of them up a little bit each day, just 10 minutes. Pip is currently outside in the field, down the bottom. Ebby usually gets stressed. We're managing to do this. She's not stressed, she's paying attention, you know, interested in something else at the moment. So it's all fine. And now we've been doing it a few days now. So now she's okay with this. We will extend the time a little bit, just get her a bit more confident in herself. Yes, but she's never been, whenever we've done this, split them up, she's always been very eyes on stalks, watching, looking. The fact that she's actually paying, you know, taking interest in this brush is a milestone in itself, because she's not panicking, she's just here, she's fine with it. So we will build up the time that they are split up, because of course we want to get her out showing more this year. We did take her to one show last year where she was fine, because we were taking her out of the situation. She loaded in the horse box fine, travelled fine, a bit talkative, and then of course we get to the horse show where there's loads of other horses and she was fine at the show. So we just need her to get a little bit more independent. We can't turn her out on her own. She panics, even with a horse in the field opposite. She doesn't like it, she just runs around. So the plan with her this year is to do a lot of showing, not a lot, but more showing this year with her than we did last year. So we just want to make sure she's okay away from the others. Lewis has got plans to take her to a county show at the end of the year. County shows are big and busy and tractors and horses everywhere. So that is the plan. He wants to get to a county show with her. It will be end of August, September time. Before that, they will do local shows and Welsh cob shows. So it's building it up to the big hustle and bustle of a county show. But yeah, so her journey since she's been with us, we must have got her in May time last year. And when she first came, she was very sharp, hot, skittish. Clearly she just takes a hell of a long time to relax and settle. As I say, she is only just coming to, and she's done a lot in her little life. You know, being born, taken away from her mum, to the sales, to the new owner, to the producer's yard, then back to the owner's yard, chucked out in the field. Then we bought her and come here. So I do think we are the longest home she knows, and she is a hell of a lot more settled now than she was when we got her. She's lovely. You can really see her personality coming out now, but it is taking her a long time to settle, and I'm fine with that. Nothing with horses is a big rush for me. So we're fine to give her the time that she needs. When she comes, you've always been able to brush her off, rug her up. Feet were a bit iffy, but picking their feet up is a lot of trust. So we can do that all now. That just took a bit of time. And of course she had sarcoid surgery and everything, so we needed to know that when she had that operation, she trusted us enough to clean her wounds and everything. So it's been a journey with her so far, but she's absolutely amazing. But are you getting bored now? She's not stressing, she's not. When we done this, the first day we split these Ebby and Pip up, she was just back and forth, banging into the sides. And then if we left her in the stable one day, she was kicking the wall. Good girl. So she's a hell of a lot better now. And we've done it, I would say, just over a week we've been doing this. Splitting them up, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I think now it's just been a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but it will take time, but we're getting there. But we need to do this ready for next year. Well, this year now, it's 2025. Show season is this year. It's coming around very quickly. So I just need to build her confidence up being away from Pip. Because as I say, I don't know what's happening with Pip. But yeah, we have big plans for her, high hopes for her. She's brilliant. She's an absolutely lovely horse. She's very good at the in hand. She's exactly what we wanted in a mare. She's got a bit more life about her, a bit more of a show off than Gambler is. And that's what they need, what Lewis needed. So we're really pleased with her. It's just taken time, which, as I say, I'm more than happy to give them the time that they need. Yeah, so she's just coming to. So she's just coming to, so she doesn't do much, doesn't do anything at all, just a bit of in-hand practice, and she's really good at that. We don't ask much of her at all, so I can't wait to see how she is how confident she is when it comes the time to break her to ride and everything. Spending the time now to get her confident within herself will help so much when it comes to backing her to ride and everything. So it's been a little bit of a journey with her so far, but not one that we're new to. As I say, we've done wild, unhandled horses before. I love doing this bit. This is what I'm really passionate about, is doing the slightly wilder ones. Of course, she had some handling in her life at some point, but when she was turned away, she forgot some of that and sort of lost a little bit of trust in humans. But she's coming. Hey, we found your itchy spot. We know where little bits you like. her personality is just really coming out. She's coming out of her shell so much now. Every day we're getting a little bit more from her. So it's been brilliant. It's worked out really good time-wise, getting her back sort of early summer, doing a little bit with her, and then slowing down for the winter, so we could just really get to know her, spend more time really dealing with the anxiety, the splitting up from other horses. So it's been really good and beneficial in that way, and I hope it will reward us in the long run by taking that time to give her the time that she needs. Do you like that? Yes, if you would like to follow along with our journey with her, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon in the next one. Bye. Is that good?